Perovskite solar cells production costs are 50–70% cheaper. Only 16 cents per watt. Maximum actual efficiency is estimated to be up to 38% in the future, nearly 10% higher than present performance of silicon in current solar panels. Moreover, Perovskite solar cells can capture significantly more sunlight, at least 50% exceeding the 20% to 25% of conventional silicon cells. Especially when semi-transparent Perovskite solar cells are able to retain approximately 99% of the initial efficiency after 400 hours in dark storage. Perovskite seems to be changing the whole solar energy game. So, how will Perovskite solar cells revolutionize the way we harness solar energy? Welcome to Tesla Car World. And now, let's get started with today's content. Recently, the Korea Institute of Energy Research announced that a group of its researchers has developed a semi-transparent Perovskite solar cell intended for applications in bifacial Perovskite silicon tandem PV devices. The academics claim they were able to overcome an intrinsic dopant-induced internal degradation mechanism, which leads to undesired lithium-ion diffusion that would have been detrimental to the cell efficiency. The semi-transparent solar cells achieved a certified efficiency of 21.68% and a record-breaking maximum efficiency of 22.2%. This makes them the most efficient among the Perovskite solar cells using transparent electrodes in the world, the research group said. Additionally, they showed remarkable durability, with over 99% of their initial efficiency maintained after 240 hours of operation. In the paper Mitigating Intrinsic Interfacial Degradation in Semi-Transparent Perovskite Solar Cells for High Efficiency and Long-Term Stability, published in Advanced Energy Materials, the scientists explained that the novelty of the semi-transparent device consists of the whole transport layer, based on spiro-ometad doped with lithium bis trifluoromethanesulfonil, IMID, which is aimed at improving conductivity. The academics claim they were able to overcome an intrinsic LiTZ dopant-induced internal degradation mechanism, which leads to undesired lithium-ion diffusion and would have been detrimental to the cell efficiency. They created a special configuration connecting the HTL with a molybdenum trioxide, buffer layer and transparent conductive oxides, with this structure ensuring the formation of lithium oxides Li2O2 at the HTL surface, which they said optimizes the oxidation time of the whole transport layer. It can be seen that Perovskite has been researched and applied for ages. Perovskite has a crystal structure that closely resembles minerals including oxides, titanium and calcium, the first type of perovskite discovered, but researchers are exploring more perovskite options such as methylammonium lead triiodide. The most common type of perovskite used for solar cells is called lead halide perovskite, and it is based on methylammonium lead halide. Perovskites were first found in 1839, researched as absorbent materials in 2006. The first application was reported in 2009, thanks to the discovery made by Tsutomu Miyasaka and his team, which involved the utilization of a perovskite material, specifically a type of organic-inorganic hybrid perovskite, as a key component in solar cells. They found that these perovskite materials exhibited excellent light absorption properties and could efficiently convert sunlight into electricity when integrated into solar cell devices. Miyasaka's team developed a method to fabricate perovskite solar cells by depositing thin layers of the perovskite material onto a substrate, such as glass or flexible plastic. They demonstrated that these solar cells could achieve high-power conversion efficiencies, rivaling those of traditional silicon-based solar cells, but with the potential for lower production costs. Since this milestone discovery, research into perovskite-based photovoltaics has expanded rapidly, with scientists worldwide working to further improve the efficiency, stability, and scalability of perovskite solar cells for commercial applications. How special structure and materials for perovskite solar cells are. Perovskite solar cells are based on a unique crystal structure called perovskite. This structure consists of a three-dimensional arrangement of atoms, typically with a formula ABS3, where A and B are cations, positively charged ions, and X is an anion, negatively charged ion. One of the most common combinations in this structure is methylammonium as the letter, A in the corners, the metal conductor for B in the middle. It can be lead and chloride or iodide, as the X forming around the metal. This structure allows for efficient light absorption and charge transport, making perovskite materials promising for solar cell applications. Perovskite solar cells typically use less toxic materials compared to some other thin film technologies. While CDA and CIGS solar cells contain toxic elements such as cadmium and selenium, perovskite solar cells are based on lead halide perovskite materials, which, although containing lead, are less toxic and can be encapsulated to minimize environmental risks. One of the key advantages of perovskite solar cells is their tunable bandgap, which allows them to absorb a broad range of wavelengths of light, including both visible and infrared light. This makes them highly efficient at converting sunlight into electricity. Perovskite solar cells also benefit from the ease of fabrication using solution-based techniques, which can potentially lead to low-cost manufacturing processes compared to traditional silicon-based solar cells. Additionally, perovskite materials can be deposited on flexible substrates, enabling the production of lightweight and flexible solar panels for various applications. So, how does it work? Like other photovoltaic panels, perovskite solar cells are also formed from photovoltaic cells. When sunlight shines on the panel, the photons in the light will hit the perovskite absorption layer. Then, electrons are released and electron-hole pairs are created. The electrons will then flow into the electrodes and create an electric current. Why is perovskite considered a super-heavy competitor to traditional battery materials? In the first place, it has high efficiency potential. Perovskite solar cells have achieved impressive power conversion efficiencies in laboratory settings at 2,915% and could be 38% in the future, surpassing those of traditional silicon-based solar cells at 29%. Except for the EEI-IEV GAIAS film technology, which has the highest recorded efficiency of 68.9%, the perovskite solar cell efficiency at 29.15% can be considered the most efficient film technology, surpassing 14.0%, 22.1%, and 23.4% conversion efficiencies for amorphous silicon, cadmium telluride, and copper indium gallium selenide-based coating technologies, respectively. This high-efficiency potential could lead to increased energy generation from sunlight, making solar power more competitive with other energy sources. Moreover, the potential to capture sunlight of this breakthrough could be doubled at around 50% compared with 20–25% of silicon solar cells. Secondly, its low cost of fabrication. Perovskite solar cells can be fabricated using low-cost, solution-based processes such as spin coating or inkjet printing, which are more scalable and potentially cheaper than the manufacturing processes for conventional silicon solar cells. Perovskite solar cell technology also surpasses any other films in terms of its cost. Typical thin film photovoltaics cost around 40 cents to 69 cents. While GAIAS technology costs $50 per watt. Perovskite is relatively easy to synthesize and produce and is not too expensive, cheaper than PV silicon, easy to process even at room temperature, completely different from 1000 degrees Celsius in silicon processing. So, it's estimated that it only costs 16 cents per watt for perovskite solar cell technology, which could drop to 10 cents in the future. This could reduce the overall cost of solar energy production and make it more accessible to a wider range of consumers. What about its versatility? Perovskite materials offer flexibility in terms of color, transparency, and form factor, allowing for integration into a variety of applications beyond traditional solar panels. This includes building integrated photovoltaics, solar windows, wearable devices, and more. How do perovskite solar cells express their potential power? The real-world experiments showed promises about this sustainable energy. Oxford Photovoltaics, a leading company in perovskite solar cell technology, achieved a groundbreaking milestone with the purpose of creating world record efficiency solar cells. In 2018, researchers at Oxford PV successfully fabricated a perovskite solar cell with a certified power conversion efficiency of 25.5%. This achievement marked a significant leap forward for perovskite technology. It surpassed the efficiency record for silicon-based solar cells at that time around 22–23% and demonstrated the viability of perovskites as a realistic and strong competitor. Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems is also passionate about this inexhaustible resource. Researchers at FISA, a renowned German research institute, conducted a different experiment focused on long-term stability. They developed a perovskite solar cell that maintained over 80% of its initial PCE after 1,000 hours of continuous operation under simulated real-world conditions. On the flip side, conventional silicon solar cells typically maintain around 90% of their initial PCE after 1,000 hours in the same condition. However, this figure can vary depending on factors such as the specific quality of the cell, environmental conditions, and manufacturing processes. There is no doubt that stability is a crucial factor for any solar cell technology. Therefore, this experiment by FISA demonstrated the requirement of further improvement of these perovskite solar cells to retain their efficiency over extended periods, addressing a key concern and paving the way for their commercialization. Additionally, the Chinese Academy of Sciences has developed a black perovskite solar cell based on cesium-lead iodide perovskite, which is also known as black perovskite, that reportedly achieved the highest efficiency at 20.25% ever reported for PV devices built with this perovskite material, and a dopant-free hole transport layer based on the P3HT polymer. The cell was also able to retain around 93% of its original efficiency after continuous illumination for 570 hours. This perovskite material has an energy bandgap of approximately 1.7 eV and, according to several scientists, is an ideal solution for single-junction and wide-band gap subcells in tandem PV devices. We developed a new approach for SESP3 solar cells that opens new opportunities for constructing all inorganic perovskite solar modules, the research's lead author, Jin-Song Hu, told PV Magazine. The group built the cell with a substrate made of fluorine-doped tin oxide, a titanium dioxide electron transfer layer, the SESP3 absorber, a hole transport layer relying on a regular poly, 3-hexylthiophane polymer, and a gold metal contact. Tested under standard illumination conditions, this device achieved a power conversion efficiency of 20.25%, which the scientists said is the highest efficiency reported on SESP3Cs with a dopant-free P3HT/HTL. The device demonstrated superior moisture and operational stability in terms of maintaining 94% of their initial efficiency after aging at low relative humidity conditions for 10,224 hours and over 93% efficiency after continuous illumination for 570 hours, they explain. Why do perovskite solar energy become bottom line in today's modern life? With such great potential that is constantly being invested and exploited, perovskite solar cells have been applied and become one of the indispensable devices in your future home. According to the International Energy Agency, as of 2022, there will be more than 2 million perovskite solar power systems installed on rooftops worldwide. The cost of installing a perovskite solar power system has now decreased to about $2.53 per watt peak, lower than that of silicon batteries, about $3.4 per watt peak. In 2023, the world's first large-scale perovskite solar power plant, with a capacity of 10 MW, was built in China because perovskite batteries are considered to have great potential for large-scale solar power plants. Large-scale due to high performance and low cost. Additionally, as in 2021, the company Energize Inc. launched a perovskite battery that can fully charge a smartphone in just 30 seconds. Perovskite batteries can be used to power mobile devices such as smartphones, tablets, and laptops, extending battery life and reducing the need for charging. Not only that, perovskite batteries are compact in size and light in weight, suitable for wearable electronic devices with longer battery life for wearable electronic devices compared to traditional lithium batteries. For example, in 2022, Gooch Lab Company launched a smartwatch using perovskite solar cells, which can operate continuously for 7 days without charging. Even more surprising is that perovskite batteries can help increase the range of electric vehicles by up to 50% compared to traditional lithium batteries, with admirable charging times compared to traditional lithium batteries. In 2023, Toyota Company cooperated with Oxford University to develop perovskite batteries for electric vehicles, expected to be commercialized in 2025. Besides, this type of battery helps us build smart homes. Perovskite solar cells can help reduce energy costs for households by powering smart home devices, minimizing environmental impact. Perovskite batteries are manufactured from environmentally friendly materials, contributing to minimizing the environmental impact of smart homes. In particular, in 2021, Nest Labs launched a smart home system using perovskite batteries, helping to save energy up to 30% for households. Last but not least, let's take a look at agriculture. Perovskite solar cells can be used to power irrigation systems, helping to save water and increase crop yields. Perovskite solar cells can power sensors that measure soil moisture in real time. These sensors can be linked to automated irrigation systems, delivering water only when specific moisture levels are reached. Studies suggest precision irrigation can save 30–50% of water compared to traditional methods. Perovskite systems can lower water dependence by 50% and eliminate reliance on fossil fuels. Studies estimate potential water savings of 20–40 million liters per year for a 10-hectare farm. In terms of lighting, perovskite solar cells can store excess solar energy generated during the day. They can then power LED lighting systems within greenhouses at night. LEDs are energy efficient and allow for precise control of light intensity and duration. Moreover, it can benefit light spectrum optimization. Research suggests specific light spectrums can influence plant growth. Perovskite solar cells can enable the use of LEDs emitting wavelengths that promote desired plant characteristics, like flowering or fruiting. Studies show optimized lighting can increase crop yields by 10–20%. In 2020, the World Bank funded a project to use perovskite solar cells to power irrigation systems in Africa, increasing crop yields by up to 50%. So, will perovskite solar cells nudge the needle in making solar the top one electricity source on Earth? Oxford PV said that together with partners, it could ship modules by mid-2024, and 2024 is looking to be the year of the perovskite. The last few months have seen new perovskite researchers all over the world smashing records, including durability up to 99%. We will have utility-scale solar parks with parallel cells by 2026 or 2027. Such solar parks would generate 25% more energy than comparable silicon solar parks. Notably, the global perovskite solar cell market size was just $94.8 million in 2022. It's expected to balloon to around $2.479 billion by 2032. So, do you believe that perovskite technology holds the key in the way we harness solar energy? Let us know your comment. We hope you will have the most relaxing feelings after watching this video. If you did, please hit the like button and join the Tesla Car World family by subscribing to our channel. And don't miss out on any of our awesome videos by hitting the bell icon. We value your feedback and your time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Until then, stay safe and have fun.